This was all on a feed on TikTok. One simple feed, YouTube, TikTok storyline or whatever. WWII. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory is unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone, and greedy salutations and blessings unto the elect. Shalom unto you. Yeah, man. Just how I was on YouTube and I came across this World War II video about different bomb making and stuff. How the German scientists were making the bombs, and it was rather long. I didn't get a chance. I didn't have time at the moment, so I kind of kept scrolling. I watched later, whatever. Kept scrolling, and they have a TikTok feed that these kept circling. That this was just on there. These videos that are circling on the left is a comprisal of that. Okay, and it had me thinking about what's coming, and this is it here. I'm going to go down to Deuteronomy chapter 30, and I'm going to go to verse 3, and I'm going to break it down from there. It says, Deuteronomy 30 and 3, then the Lord Yahweh, thy power, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations where the Lord Yahweh hath scattered thee. He's going to turn our captivity, and a sign of him turning our captivity is when World War III jumps off and America's destroyed. Okay? That's when we know that our captivity is over, when America is destroyed. Okay? The baby had the 1940s siren sound cry. Okay? From there, let's go to Revelation. Yep. Revelation 18 and 4. Let me start at 3. 4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. And these are the plagues. Okay, these are the plagues that you receive. If you're to get destroyed in this thing. Okay, this is that same lake of fire. You're looking at it. Okay, when the whole embodiment of America is destroyed, that's the lake of fire. All right, that's what it's gonna be. All right, shot off from one end of the world into the other. Let me get that in second address. 16 at the top. Let me see. Yep. Woe be second address 16 and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Those are major names, so to speak, for war that'll be major players in World War III. Okay, it says, gird up yourselves with cloths of hair and of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. That's for all the people, particularly you 2/3 of the Israelites, okay, that aren't going to make it. Okay, when the captivity is overturned, you'll be in the kingdom of heaven. The captivity will be over, but you got to catch these missiles first. Okay, real quick, and I'll go back. It says, right here, second address 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, these missiles particularly, in all the famine, death, and so on and so forth, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Okay, then they shall be in then shall they be in pitiful case, which have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Yeah, that right there. Okay, for such as in their life receive benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And this is one of the major pains that are coming to the people. Okay, that's one of the major pains, is these nuclear missiles. Okay, that's one of the major pains that's coming. Verse 3, the second Ezra 16 and 3 says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? I'll keep reading. It says, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? And these are called arrows, okay? Symbolically, they're arrows. That's what they were described as in the ancient times of Prophet Esdras, okay, or Ezra, all right? And when that's sent out, man, they go come upon the ground. Verse 9 says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Okay, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? And look, we just saw on the left during Hiroshima that the people were beaten to powder with these missiles. They were instantly cremated. They were evaporated, if you will. And then that blast wind of the smoke and the ash was swept away. And then the smoke goes up into the air forever, okay, so to speak. Anyway, it says, the earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are trouble. So when there's earthquakes, there's these tsunamis that come, okay? The rocking of the earth sends the water up upon the land. We don't care what really happens out to the rest of the water, but it comes in upon the land, super deep into the land, where it's now beyond the beach sometimes with these tsunamis, and invade the city, so to speak, and becomes a terror of itself. Okay, it says, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. The Most High is the hand that bendeth the bow. He put the spirit for those to be shot off into the world, to destroy many people. Okay? His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, they shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Okay, that shows you it's come from intercontinental ballistic missiles from one continent to another. Okay, it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Yeah, until they hit their target. A fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returns not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Well, you have to be of the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. I just read it in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. Okay? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. 9th chapter, 5th verse. Says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Hand-to-hand combat, pretty much. Okay? Some a little bit of range with guns as time went on. But even further, these war games that are going on now are shot from great distances, from one landmass to the next landmass, overseas, over continents, over oceans. Okay, it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's World War III. That's what we're looking at on the left here. Okay, that convoy that was in there was sending nuclear and military weapons across the UK, through small towns across the UK. All right, let's go to Joel chapter 2, my favorite chapters. Joel 2 and 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Let's talk about the missiles being shot off. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. They're going to be flying with great power, that horsepower. Okay? The noise, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, so shall they leap. Yeah, and there's going to be a thunderous noise, man, like a stampede of horses carrying chariots behind them on the mountaintops. Okay? Where the sound echoes throughout the whole valley or the whole countryside or whatever, right? It says, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Yep, like lined up like soldiers on the front line. It says, before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness, shall be sad, man, should be hurt when they realize there's no turning these things back. Okay, there's no stopping them. It's imminent destruction. It says, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, they shall march every one on his way, they shall not break their ranks. They're not going to bump on each other, they're not going to miss their targets, they're going to consume everything upon the earth that they were intended to hit, because the Spirit of the Heavenly Father is in those to make that happen that way. Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one in his path, and they shall fall upon the sword. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city, and they shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. They're gonna get in everywhere and consume everything. Okay, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. It's going to black out the sky. It says, and the Lord Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Okay. Let me see. Yep. And from there we want to go to the book of, I'm trying to keep this straight to the point without going too deep. Let's go to Revelation. Back in Revelation 18, matter of fact. Yep. Oops. Yep. Revelation 18 verse 5 says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, the Most High have remembered her iniquities. And this her is talking about the virgin daughter of Babylon, America. Okay? Tired of this place, man. It does have the most powerful military on earth, and it has to be taken down with all the wickedness that they execute with that power, all the wickedness of the philosophy that they push out of this place. And because they have the blood of the saints upon them. In the book of Numbers, it says a place cannot be cleansed but by the blood that shed it, but by the shedding of the blood of whom that shed it. Okay, so if you kill somebody in the land, your blood has to be killed for that land to be cleansed. Okay, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. And for this right here on your left, this gotta happen to her. This gotta happen to America. Okay? She did this to those people over there, and we know that they bomb in the Middle East and different other places as well. So this stuff gotta come back upon you. Okay? How much has she glorified herself and lived deliciously? So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her, and when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, talking about America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. Now let's get past the delicacies of that those riches. You can read this part of the chapter if you want. You should. I would advise it. Verse 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? Who had a city of just consumers? Who had a big country full of consumers that bought whatever BS we made and just kept buying and consuming? But that's America, to the point that we fill our landfills here in America with the garbage of the rest of the world, of the things that we didn't consume. Okay. Yep. Verse 19. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping in the confusion and not understanding what's going on. That's what that dust on their head is about. It said, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that has ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. That you shipped over all your goods over to America, okay, and got rich off of America. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. Okay, in 1 hour she is made desolate. Another level of this is this. I'll go straight over here. Revelation chapter 14. I'm going to start at 8. It says, And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Yeah, they drink all the BS. They drink all the philosophy that everybody came to the great melting pot of America and begin to break the cultures of their gods that they from their own lands. Okay, even though they were no gods, still the moral standard that they kept under their religions and their moral structure in their own countries, they came to America and broke all of it for falsehood, man, for BS, to be part of wickedness, Satanism, and BS, for lack of a better term. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Okay, and if you take the mark of the beast from the 13th chapter previous, this is what you're going to get. And if you're watching what's happening in America lately, this is what's happening. You can watch the technology be pushed towards putting this RFID microchip, which is spiritually the mark of the beast, literally the mark of the beast, into your body somewhere. And if you put this in your body, you think you'll be preserving your life, you're gonna catch this, because this war is gonna happen. And if you take that chip, you're gonna be destroyed in that war. Okay? So the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay. So if you receive that mark of the beast, putting that in your body, you're receiving that ownership of this devil and his beast system. You're gonna get destroyed. Okay, in World War III and these missiles. All right. And that's just straight to the point. And that's just straight to the point. Okay. I did want to touch on this right quick. Verse 11. Yep. It said, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." So if you, the captivity that was brought upon us, and we, Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, have served captivity under the so-called white man, particularly here in America and in different other parts of the world where we're scattered. Okay. Even if it wasn't just him that was tormenting us, we still caught hell and the curses up under whomever we were captive or living amongst. Okay, we didn't live as good as the other heathen that lived in that land. We still were under the curses. Things just didn't work out for us. Okay, and most of the known world, the so-called white man has gone through and conquered. Okay, so a lot of it is under his democracy, under his rulership. It says, "He that killeth with the sword," and this is the modern day sword right here, okay, "must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." This is what we hope for. Because in that same moment of this place being destroyed is the same moment of the elect will be beamed up and get up out of here, man. Okay? And that's what we hope and pray for. That we're worthy to escape all the perils and that we can get beamed up out of here. Okay? Right when all the destruction cometh. Okay? So anyway, Lord willing, this was edifying. Just seen this feed on TikTok and wanted to just saw how a bunch of videos were popping up and just like, hey, let's record them real quick, throw them together with the missile scriptures, okay, breaking down what's going to go down in these last days. And for you people that don't understand what the Hebrew Israelites are actually preaching about or talking about, we're actually preaching about salvation away from things like World War III and the destruction that's coming. Okay? Anyway, so with that, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakak, double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.